A lot of gems in this vid. Knock, but I want to repeat this. This is a mistake that a lot of high school players make right here. When they get right here, they see all this help. They see they got a recovering player. They got a player that's in front, and they may have some help, and they take one more dribble going in. But why are you going to keep going in when there's no space? Now, since you got no space, you're going to try to kick that ball out, and everybody's crowding you, and boom, you turn the ball over. That's one of the reasons a lot of high school players get turnovers. But boom, people what he does right here. Gets that dribble in, then takes that back out. He doesn't continue moving forward. He boom stops, kicks that pass right back out. Hey, you see how slim that lane was to get that pass through? Look how close he was to stealing that. Look how close he was, bro. That's why you always got to make sure your hands stay active at all times, bro. At all times, because you could be a split second late, and that's the difference between getting a steal or allowing a player to hit a three. Then boom, before you know it, that's like a 5-point swing right there. That's tough. Hey, small guards, you still need body control. Maybe even more body control than some of the bigger players. Because you got to use anything you have to your advantage. Whether it's IQ, whether it's skill, whether it's mindset, all those stuff you got to use to your advantage because you have the disadvantage of height. So automatically, you're going to be looked over because you're shorter. And I'm not talking about literally physically, but literally in terms of scouting, in terms of who's going to try to go and recruit you and whatnot, or how other teams will perceive you. You've got to use everything to your advantage to be able to make up for that height difference. And that's what Markquis Nowell does really good. Is that even though he's smaller, he's still seeking contact. He's still attacking the rim. He's not shying away from nothing. Peep that right there. This play is not going to result in no bucket or nothing like that. But I want you to peep that one little bump right here. A lot of people struggle to be able to get space off the ball. I rarely see anybody do this right here. I only really see Dame do this, where they'll stop, boom, bump, and then get back out, because that just dislodges the player's momentum while you're still kind of moving fairly fluid because you already know what you're doing. But this could help you a lot, especially if you're getting chased around. Somebody's always trying to jump a lane. Just stop. If they hit you hard enough, flop, go on the floor. This is what it is. I hate flopping, but you got to play the game. You got to use the game to your advantage. But if they don't, if it's not nothing excessive, nothing you feel you can flop, keep it pushing, get that ball out. And like I said, they're not going to try to jump any lanes. They're not going to be able to jump any lanes, because if they do, they're going to be late. You just hit them. Now they're just a step behind to be able to get a steal. And by the way, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because we drop breakdown videos daily. And if you want to catch my breakdowns live, make sure you go hit that link in the description, go follow, and let's get right back to it. That's all you need to do. Just slow down. Hey, he's 5'8" with a midi pull-up. What really separates him from all these other smaller players and whatnot, what really does separate him, though, is that usually these smaller players are super quick and whatnot. They have good acceleration, good speed. But do you have deceleration? How good are you being able to slow down? How good are you at being able to just speed up, go from 0 to 100? All controlled, all fluid, going from 0 to 40, back to 30, then up to 60, then like controlling all those different levels. How good are you at doing that? Because the better you are at doing that, the better you're going to be able to leverage your speed. And on top of that, basketball is not even a speed thing. It's about your pace. But if you're a player with high speed and you could slow that down, then boom, get into your speed, you make yourself so much harder to guard. And that's why a player like De'Aaron Fox is so tough to guard, because he's not just fast. He's gonna hit you with a boom, go, stop, then boom and go, and then he's gone out of there. Fastest player in the league. Like you see him on the court. Dude's insanely quick. So he's gonna be able to go from 0 to 100, and this 100 is faster than anybody's 100. So boom, he's already gone. But Markquis Nowell, watch this. Size up that little tween. That's I like that, call it a Dame tween. Dame's tween, because that's the person who really just uses it all the time. Any game, Dame's using that tween. That little tween, bunch of different paces, bunch of different setups, using it. Boom, a little slow, then boom, goes and attacks. And also notice this. Mind you, pull-ups, the space is created by how quick you're able to stop. And then defenders, it continues to go downhill. That's where your space is created. But look at all the space he got right here. It's because he stops right quick right there on the dime. It's passive, bro. Mind you, I'm happy they ain't called this no offensive foul, because college, they be calling everything offensive foul. Charge, anything off the ball, like, it's ridiculous. At least they didn't call this. That's a great control jump right there too. That shows his body control, because you may be like, oh, he just kind of just stopped himself. But to be going that fast, boom, brace yourself to not go all the way into them so they don't make that call. That's tough. Work smarter, not harder, bro. Work smarter, not harder. He's all the way at the hash mark, bro. But the ref is literally right there, and they could straight on just see this. It's not like the ref is coming from an angle where he's behind him, straight right here. He's up at the top right here. So sometimes you got to really pay attention to where the referees are, because if they can't see it, they ain't gonna call it. And then you're gonna complain to them. But how could you blame another human who has just another pair of eyes for not being able to see something that they had to look through something to see? They don't got X-ray vision. They don't got X-ray vision. And so you can cut the refs a little bit of slack. We need to cut them a little more slack. The OG game. Notice how tight he comes off the screen, though. He came off that screen so tight that his defender that's trying to chase over the top is not able to contest on that shot, because that shot is coming from in front. He's going forward, and there's no space on the inside, and then he has to go all the way around to that outside if he wants to be able to get back in front and contest it. So it just leaves him at a spot where it's just like, I just got to stand here and let him shoot. And that big's already in the drop. So you're cooked. Pace once again. He ain't knock it down. But watch the pace. Just watch the pace. He gets into his range, slows down to make some reads, speeds up a little bit again, and the hardest thing for bigs to do is be able to change direction, be able to stop and go. Hardest thing for him to do, because they're going to make that go to be able to try to go or recover. And boom, now they're out of balance. They can't control themselves. They out of there. Look at all that space he created. It's ridiculous. He ain't knock it down. But you'll learn a lot more. I promise you, you'll learn a lot more about basketball from misses than you will the makes. Promise you. Bro, he's 5'8". Veer stepping through contact and dislodging bigs and getting shots over him. There's no reason why you should not be able to do the same. Buddy right here, what's his name? Golden. He's 7 foot. 7 foot. Dude's coming here 5'8". Watch this. Veer stepping and dislodging him, getting that ball, extending it out. That's why you got to really work on your finishing. You got to really work on your finishing. Dude is 5'8". Hitting bigs, making them out the way and finishing over the top. Come on now. You got to, it ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse. It's just about a matter of skill. You putting the work in and figuring the things out, and not playing the victim because, oh, I'm too short. Oh, I'm not as strong. Oh, I'm not this. Go get in the gym. Go get in the weight room. Get yourself stronger. Start eating right. Most importantly, start eating right. It's probably the most important thing that people overlook. And watch how your game's going to change too. Watch how your game's going to change. Game, your cardio, your skills, all this stuff. Your recovery, you're injured less. I'm telling you, that's tough. Boom, another one. Clean look, clean look. He missed it. It's a clean look though. And he does the same thing he did before. Before he came off a little tighter initially. As he came off that screen, he kind of like rubbed his shoulder right off his backside and got straight down. This time, boom, screen. And notice how he kind of gets wide, and then he cuts it right back as if he did rub right off that screener. And so now the player that's recovering is straight on behind him. And if he continues to go forward, boom, he's getting hit from behind. Pause. And then, boom, that's a foul. He's going to the line. But now this is still a clean look, because now he has to slow himself down. Look. He has to slow himself down. Can't do shit about it. Can't do shit about it. So anytime you come off these screens, especially if you see a drop coverage and you got that pull-up game, you got that pull-up off your right, off your left, whatever it may be, make sure you come off that screen tight, leave minimal space for that player to be able to recover. And then you can be able to get into your bag. And if the big want to step up, draw him out, be patient, boom, make a play. There's layers to it, so. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When you come off this screen and you hang that dribble, then you make that pass, because that hang dribble is going to allow you to read the floor and be able to make that pass as soon as you see a gap open up. Whereas if you take that other dribble, the gap's going to close up. So boom, notice right here. He hangs this dribble for extremely long. He's just waiting to see what's going to happen going on in that middle. He's going to see, all right, is he going to commit to the top, or is he going to commit to that player cutting to that, set that screen and going to the rim? That's all he's waiting for. That's all he's waiting for. He's just waiting for him right here. Waiting for him right here. Sees where he steps out, then boom, you got the angle. Go straight to it. And that weak side player is fooled too. I just peeped that shit. He got fooled too. He thought he was making a skip pass. I don't know why he thought he was making a skip. He threw this straight through the lane. Then he stepped out. But hey, at least he ain't smoked this one. Got that one. That's a great read. Ah. You see, the roller. This is the roller. This is the roller. This is a turnover that's gonna go on the ball handler, but it's the roller's fault. That pass had a shit ton of heat. Mind you, had a shit ton of heat. But that's not the reason the pass didn't go through. It's because he rolled and got outside the pocket. Anytime you roll, anytime the screener is rolling, you got to stay in that pocket. Now, what is this pocket? It's this gap in between. You got to stay in this gap. Not in the middle of it, not in the middle front of it. You've got to stay, like, if you split it in half, you got to stay on that back side of it. So once they do throw that pass in there, you can be able to move forward into it, have momentum to be able to go up into your shot or your float, whatever it may be. But boom, he gets too deep into this pocket. Whereas if he kind of sat behind, stayed on that back side of it, then he made this pass, he would have been ready for it. Boom, he's stepping, getting to the rim. And if 50 tries to come over and block this, A to B, boom, that's a foul. There are a couple times he missed these passes, but we gonna get to a little later. That's nasty. Not even that pass. It's that pace to start, though. Notice that pace to start. Remember I was saying you got to be able to get to zero or get super slow, get to a stop, and then be able to go. Watch this. That's a stop. He's stationary. This is basically like a stationary ball handling drill right now. Then boom, this front foot right here. Foot replacement. Boom, drops that back, and now that's the foot that he uses for his momentum to be able to get downhill. A lot of people like to get in that split stance, right? And they like to put their weight on that back foot and then stride forward with that front foot. But you're going to cover no ground if you do that. You're not going to cover any ground because you're not getting enough force to be able to get yourself actually take a step forward because you're really just taking up distance that you already have. Whereas if you kind of replace that front foot, drop it back, and then you propel yourself forward, you're actually taking a step to get somewhere. And you're getting a lot more force so you can be able to get quicker downhill. So boom, notice that foot replacement once again. Something you can sharpen up on yourself. A lot of people mess up on this. To where they get right here and they try to take this step up instead of dropping that foot back so they can stride forward. He drops that foot back, and that's what you see all the great players do. This is movement. These little details about movement as to why you may be feeling slow, why you be feeling like I could go a little quicker, but I can't go a little quicker because these little movement details about this stuff right here. One more thing about that play. Boom, he gets into his gather, he gets into a spin, and anytime you do this, a lot of help defenders are going to kind of just sit there and get stuck and watch you go into your move, right? And then so you as an off-ball teammate of the player with the ball, right? If you continue to move, they'll probably end up getting lost because they're thinking that player with the ball is in a spin and go up into a shot. But no, if you continue to move, that player who may be getting into some sort of gather could see you before they try to go up into a shot and boom, drop it down to you. And it works a lot in situations where you go and cut. Just like this right here. Cut right behind him. Boom. Knockdown. He comes off so tight on these screens. And this is a good screen as well because this takes place high and he gets stuck in a spot where, okay, should I chase over or should I just go under? Because he could go under on the screen easy. You could go under on the screen easy, right? Because how far out this ball screen is, you could go under and catch him right before this line. But Nowell, he do got some range. But if you're gonna live with anything, it would be a deep three before you allow him to get a three right up on the line. So boom, he sees the screen coming right here. Screener does a great job of continuing to get in the right spot before it becomes a moving screen. So now he thinks he could get over the top. There's some space, but now he closes up that space. He gets off tight. Boom, notice how tight he is. He may be touching him right now at this point. His left arm may be touching his teammate's backside. Boom, gets into his pull-up and a drop. You're going to get killed most. Knock it. That's some range too. And I ain't gonna lie, Nowell, he may not get drafted, but he'll probably get on on a summer league team, and he gonna get his buckets. I'm telling you, he gonna get his buckets. Now, is he gonna get exploited defensively? Yeah, he's 5'8". You don't do so much of it in college. College is very systematic. You run a play, do this, do that. You don't really exploit mismatches or whatnot. So much in college as you do like NBA and like pros nowadays. So like he's gonna get to that summer league offensively. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be able to dish pass. He's gonna be able to get his shots off, pretty much anything he needs to do offensively. But defensively, it's tough. But he mossed that shit. Goddamn. Glass. Ain't nothing to explain that, but except he got it going. That's the only thing that can explain that, bro. He got it going. God damn. A miss, but the pace, bro. The pace. Pete. That bring back that little drag. Boom. Snap. That's so tough. That's just pace is key, bro. Pace will get you past so many players. Even if you think they super quick, it shall still get you past them. Look how gone he is after this move. He doesn't influence anything at this point. He just blows by him, bro. He just gets blown by. Pull up. Hey, mind you, FAU made a little run, right? Up 6. But you got the momentum, right? But you still got a whole 2 minutes left. About a little under 2 minutes left, right? Literally a matter of 2-3 possessions. It's right back in the game. Not even 2-3 possessions. 1 possession. Knock down a 3. It's a 1 possession game. You can't let up at these points in the game. You cannot let up. And boom. His brother locked in too. He locked in too. All these other people cheering around him like, he hit the shot. He's like, nah, bro, we down 3, bro. We still down 3, bro. That shit could, like, they got locked in. Fuck that shit. I ain't smiling unless we get the lead. He locked in too, bro. Now, boom, they came down other side, free throws, but boom, coming back down, trying to get to 2 quickly. Instead of trying to go and force the 3 up, being like, damn, we down 5. You got a whole minute left. You're going to get another possession, probably 2 more possessions at the speed this game is going. And he's like, all right, I'll just take the 2. I'll just take the 2. These huge shifts, bro. Tries to get the 2 quickly, but damn, try to get that 2. He tried to get that 2, but low key, he might have been better off getting himself into Golden right here, really getting into his body and trying to get that foul, instead of trying to get to that other side of the rim, because he probably would have been able to get that foul. Look at the way Golden's moving. He's still recovering. He's out of legal guarding position. You hit him, bump him one little time, that's a foul. Automatic. A lot of people hate that foul call, but it's a foul call. 77-74. Mind you, they went for the 2 because they still got a timeout left. Boom, they got the 2. They fouled, but he knocked down both free throws. This is the last possession. Last possession of the game, man. I was like, man, March Madness shit about to go on right here. It's like, damn, wait. They didn't even get a shot off, bro. They didn't even get a shot off. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Nowell, that shit, I'm finding a way to get some space. Boom, changing direction right here, switching right there. And then as soon as I get him off right here, I'm gonna see number 2 step up, and I'm gonna pass the 35 right here. Pass the 35 feet, swing it right back to me. I'm taking a fadeaway 3, boom, left, right. I'm throwing that John up. Fuck it. What do I gotta lose? I've been the only player knocking down shots this whole game. I gotta find a way to get my shot off. Obviously, he gave that ball up. He tried to put some trust in his teammate, and he got no space. He ain't got no space. But what they really should have done is doing a better job of getting up the court and getting the court spaced out so that he could come down and actually have some room to work. This is no space for him to be able to do anything. Like, it's so crowded up here. You got 4 dudes above the three-point line between half court.